Boom. 2 months ago.
Like 100 or so.
Yeah, over a 2-day period.
And they cultivated. Where did that come from? 9? What are you gardening? 9 moms, 8 moms?
9 moms. We're being introduced.
Right, this
Saturday. Thanks to Christy and Jeff down at Mix 107.
And Tom Collins, my good friend.
Tom Collins.
And this is going to be at the Time Warp prom Saturday at the Convention Center. It's going to be a lot of fun. And eventually you guys will get together and sing and play.
Yes.
What, did I stun you there? Did I start
a little bit, yeah.
And we have Tracy Elliott, Shelley Hulse, Sherry Holzer, Angela Wilson, Kim Whitridge, Debbie Stranahan, and Janice Davis is not here, but she plays drums. Now, Becky, has this been a challenge? Becky Withrow joins us. Of course, Becky, we love. She's here every week. Ow, Ron, you about knocked me out. Has this been a challenge today?
No, they've been great. I enjoy doing this. Oh, yeah, it's been a blast.
And they're going to actually sing for us. You're going to do an a cappella thing?
What?
Huh? What you say? I can't hear you. You're going to do an a cappella. You're going to sing for us?
We're going to try.
Coming up in about a half an hour. So how's everybody doing? Are you guys enjoying this kind of celebrity thing?
Yeah, it's really fun.
All right. And are you all friends or do you fight?
We're all friends.
You're all friends? Yeah. So you're not like the Beatles break up or anything like that? You guys are
not yet.
Friends? Okay. We're going to have more coming up in about a half an hour with all our moms. You having a good time?
Absolutely.
All right. Coming up in about a half an hour, we're going to have some singing this morning on 2 News First at Sunrise. Guys, let's send it back to you.
All right.
All right, JB. Thanks, man.
So many people down there. Crazy. All right, our time right now is 6:22.
And coming up on Sunrise, your chance to help a struggling school district out of financial trouble.
Two News First is brought to you by Steinmart.
I'm part of a dinner group who meets once a month when it's my turn, and I'm thinking, you know, I'm going to do Caribbean. Of course, first place I thought of was Steinmart. I walk in the store, first thing I find is this great jacket. And then I walked into the home accessories department and found all these great pieces. I was able to put together a whole theme for a party, including the clothing that I had on. When the party began that night, it was, wow, what have you done? It looked fabulous, and everyone wanted to know how I did it. I told them it was Steinmart.
Once you go, you get it.
And that's my Steinmart story.
Introducing the Fast Forward Weight Loss Program with LA Weight Loss.
After having 2 kids, I was tired of all the excuses. It was time to get the baby weight off. On the Fast Forward program, I lost 6 pounds in the first week. Before in the summer, it was all about, here's my white t-shirt, here's my blue shorts. What kind of bathing suit is that? Now I can put on a bathing suit and I look pretty good. I'm a better wife, I'm a better mom, I'm a better me. I live LA Weight Loss.
LA Weight Loss Centers. Call for your free consultation. 1-800-526-SLIM.
Antioch Shrine presents the world's proudest circus tradition as part of an all-new circus extravaganza, April 22nd through 24th at the University of Dayton Arena. Tickets are on sale now at the Shrine, arena box offices, all Ticketmaster outlets, or charge by phone by calling 228-2323. This star-spangled extravaganza features elephants, aerial artistry, feats of skill and daring, and the antics of clowns. We'll see you April 22nd through 24th at the UD Arena for the Antioch Shrine Circus.
This outdoor season, be the envy of your neighbors by having the thickest, greenest lawn in the area. Buckeye Eco Care is Dayton's leader in quality lawn service, and we're locally owned and operated. We know the lawns here in the Miami Valley better than anyone, so if you want to be the envy of the neighborhood with a lush green lawn, call Buckeye today. We have a plan for every budget.
Where the grass is greener still.
This floor, free game and video downloads.
Roadrunner goes triple the speed of the standard DSL package.
Instant news and weather updates.
And along with the extra speed,
travel info and special offers,
you get a world of extra extras. Roadrunner High Speed Online. Move here.
Call 1-800-ROADRUNNER and get your first 6 months at $29.95 per month, plus free installation.
Roadrunner High Speed Online from Time Warner Cable.
Welcome back, everyone. Springfield citizens get a chance to voice concerns to the school board leaders tonight.
Yeah, as you're probably aware, the district has been plagued by financial problems and is inviting residents to speak out about issues they deem important. Now, the informal meeting takes place at the Heritage Center in downtown Springfield at 7 o'clock.
And a high school softball team pitches in to help clean up the city of Dayton. The Chaminade Julian girls softball team picked up trash Sunday along Dayton streets. Throughout the afternoon, they filled 60 bags of trash. It's part of the National Clean Up America project. The team's captains chose to participate in the campaign.
Well, we wanted to have a team bonding experience that would bring us together as a team while also helping out the community, doing something good for our city as well.
Students say they were surprised at the amount of trash they cleaned up, and they're encouraging the community to avoid littering.
And throughout this school year, let us know some of the great things that your kids are doing. Email us about the events, and you can send them to the address you see right there, schoolpatrol@WDTN.com.
Right now we need to check with Brian Davis. Good morning, Brian.
Karen, good morning, Dan. And the temperatures this morning starting off in the 50s, should be around 54 at 8 o'clock with partly sunny skies as that bus pulls up. And we've got another nice mild day. There are a couple of sprinkles up in the northeast counties of our viewing area. We'll show you those when we come back on Live Doppler 2X, along with that complete forecast for the week in the next half hour.
All right, Brian, thanks. And coming up in our next half hour, a man is beaten within inches of his life, and now police are searching for 2 carloads full of suspects. Details just ahead.
2 News First is brought to you by Dairy Management.
1, 2, 3.
Reach for dairy and reach your goal of a trimmer waist. Clinical studies indicate 3 servings of cheese, milk, or yogurt each day can give better results in trimming waistlines than cutting calories alone. Because dairy's natural mix of nutrients helps the body lose more inches around the waist.
1, 2, 3.
It's in your reach. See other women's success and learn more at 3aday.org.
2 dogs with fleas. One calls his vet for Frontline Plus. The other gets the number 2 product. Both claim to be long-lasting, but over half the dogs treated with the number 2 product had fleas after just 1 week. The Frontline dogs? Not one flea. Frontline is the one that's waterproof and kills fleas fast all month long. So ask for the vet's number 1 choice, Frontline Plus, and say goodbye to fleas and ticks.
Pump It Up, the original inflatable party zone. Kids, this is the fun party zone. Where do you want your birthday party?
Pump it up! It's awesome!
Moms, you make the call, we do the work. Kids, you have the fun. Call now to book your private party in Miamisburg, near the Dayton Mall and off I-75. Check your coupon book for Pump It Up values. Call 937-866-0680 or go to our website at pumpitupparty.com.
I want my party at Pump It Up! Looking for a faster, fresher, better choice for lunch? Try Fazoli's Pizzerinos and Spaghetti Combo.
It comes with free breadsticks,
All for just $3.99.
including the breadsticks.
They know. And Coke.
And breadsticks.
Or try the Pizza Baked Spaghetti for $3.99.
With free sticks.
Try Fazoli's Pizzerinos and Spaghetti Combo.
Faster, fresher,
And bread stickier.
From WDTN, Dayton's NBC, this is 2 News First at Sunrise.
Well, a fiery crash threatens several people's lives, but one man is there in his fireproof suit, if you can believe that, before firefighters arrive. This amazing story we'll share with you in just a few.
And a pit bull storms a woman's home. We're going to tell you who was killed and who ended up in the hospital.
Karen, Danny, are you guys listening?
We're listening, man. We're here for you.
Are you guys listening?
We're here, man.
Oh, I'm sorry. Good morning, Miami Valley. We're at O'Neill's. It's pandemonium and chaos. We're wreaking havoc, as Danny says, because we've got the moms in today. The Mix 107.7 Moms Band. They're going to sing for us. We're going to tell you more. Booker's Beat Live at Sunrise is coming up.
He's going to break
He's killing us this morning.
Oh, I'm getting busy.
Golly. Sorry, you okay? All right. We'll continue here at Sunrise. Oh, you know this today is Patriots Day. You know that?
Really?
Oh,
No,
is
I
that
didn't
the
know
red
that.
and the blue?
Yeah, I kind of thought, you know, it was
Somebody should have tipped me off.
Paul Revere went riding through the streets going, the British are coming, the British are coming. You know, one if by land, 2 if by sea, 3 if by bus. I don't know if you've got that in the history.
I didn't know that. Didn't know that 3 by bus part.
Happy Patriots Day to you all.
Are you done?
Enlightening our audience of what this day is.
Give us the weather.
Well, I'll enlighten you with the weather because we had great weather over the weekend. Saturday,
gorgeous.
Sunday, just fantastic. And we've got a forecast that's going to continue on the nice side for us today. A couple of sprinkles, light rain showers up northeast of town, up into Logan County. Those are dropping southeastward. And our viewers up into Auglaize, Shelby counties, Champaign County, you may see a couple of light sprinkles up that way too, but nothing of any major consequence, and that should be out of here by late morning and into the early afternoon. Dry weather here in the Dayton area expected all day long. Right now we're 57 degrees. Wind out of the south at 6. 53% humidity, dew point around 40, and look for temperatures to be up to about 73 at noon, 78 degrees at 5 p.m. with partly sunny skies. Let's go to Sari Hardiall. She's got a look at our morning traffic. Sari?
And Brian, I'm happy to say everything's still looking fine out there on the roads. We have no reports of any crashes as you head down Wilmington Pike this morning through the Kettering area. Traffic certainly building out there on 75 as you head towards the Dayton Mall. And no problems right there, 725 at 741 looking good. And right there, the major interchanges through downtown. Traffic moving along well on the freeways. I'm Sari Hardiall, 2 News First, Time Saver Traffic.
Sari, thank you. A number of crashes over the weekend, including one that killed 3 people in Sugar Creek Township. Police say the driver lost control of the car. Happened around 4 on Waynesville Road. It struck a culvert and caught fire. All 3 people in the car were killed. This crash remains under investigation. And a single car crash takes the life of a 13-year-old boy. Police say the driver was just 14. Police suspect the crash happened sometime before 5 Sunday morning on Collins Arbogast Road in Pleasant Township. No one found the wreck, though, until after 6. By the time police got there, 13-year-old Christopher Payne was dead. Paramedics rushed 14-year-old Zach Reynolds to the hospital by care flight. Although they're too young to drive, investigators believe the teens went on a joyride when Reynolds lost control and slammed into a tree.
I can't say for sure at this point in time whether alcohol was a factor. That's something we always look at. Speed is something we're going to also look at. It does appear that the vehicle was traveling a little fast. We are going to look at that.
Zach Reynolds is still listed in critical condition at Miami Valley. Police say the boys are from Chillicothe. They were here visiting relatives. Investigators do not believe the parents knew the teenagers had taken the car for a drive.
Also, 2 cars collide head-on and burst into flames, but local rescue crews say 3 people are alive thanks to the heroic actions of bystanders. Glenn Barber has a story for us.
Snapshots of the crash scene taken by witnesses seconds after the impact show the 2 burning cars. It happened here on Byers Road in Miami Township around 1 o'clock Sunday morning. Investigators say the driver of one car crossed the center line and slammed head-on into another.
When she swerved, I swerved.
Greg Sparks would have been hit, but he saw the other driver coming at him in the nick of time. The driver in the car behind him wasn't so lucky.
Me and my wife stopped, turned around, seeing how we could help. Both cars were on fire at that time.
Sparks and several other witnesses pulled the 3 crash victims from the burning wreckage before firefighters arrived. Minutes later, paramedics rushed all of them to a hospital.
We were in a bad fire. I was in this car.
Turns out Sparks understands what the victims of Sunday morning's crash may have been thinking. He is a race car driver. These photos show one of his close calls.
So I know what it's like to be in a burning car, and that's not a fun place to be.
By chance, Sparks was returning home from a local racetrack when these cars crashed. He was still wearing his fire-resistant jumpsuit. Sparks says he was perfectly outfitted for the risky rescue.
Shortly after that, the windows exploded out of the car.
It is my opinion and the rest of my crew that if these people would not have been there to do that, that more than likely the 3 individuals would have perished.
Now, Miami Township rescue crews are praising those who jumped into action to save lives. Sparks says he's not a hero, but just lucky. Lucky he avoided the crash, and lucky he was there to help.
But I'm just glad that we were able to get them out before the fire became too bad.
Now, police are still investigating the cause of this crash. Investigators suspect that the woman who crossed the center median may have been drunk. But fortunately, all 3 people involved in this crash are expected to survive. Reporting from the newsroom, I'm Glenn Barber, 2 News First at Sunrise.
An amazing coincidence. Thank you, Glenn. And 2 people are injured after a semi-truck overturns in Richmond, Indiana. Now, this happened yesterday afternoon on Interstate 70. Witnesses tell police the truck tried to turn onto an exit ramp but couldn't make the turn. One man was treated at the scene. Another was taken to Reed Memorial Hospital. Both are expected to survive.
A pizza delivery man tries to deliver pizza to a Dayton home just before midnight, ends up being robbed and beaten. The Domino's driver was delivering the pizza to 825 St. Agnes Avenue. The driver says one man was waiting for him on the porch, then another hit him from behind with a gardening tool. Police are questioning 2 men who could be connected to this crime. And another attack in Dayton at just about the same time as one man fighting for his life. It happened at the intersection of Otterbein and Carwin. Police found a man there severely beaten. Witnesses say they saw 2 carloads full of people kicking and beating the man. Now they're trying to figure out how the whole thing started.
We don't know if he was walking down the street and if the gentleman got out of the cars and attacked him here, or whether he was a passenger in the car and was taken out and then beaten at this location. We really don't know.
He was rushed to Good Sam, is listed in critical condition. Homicide detectives have been called in case the man does not survive.
All right, a terrifying tale now as witnesses say a pit bull ran into a Dayton home and attacked a cat before turning on a woman inside, sending her to the hospital. This violent ordeal happened around 9 o'clock in the 200 block of Hunter Avenue in Dayton. The dog killed the cat before attacking a 45-year-old woman. Paramedics took her to the hospital with deep cuts and a possible broken hand. Animal control officers took the dog into custody. The victim's family members say they're lucky no one else was hurt.
Everyone was in the kitchen. I ran into the kitchen and all I seen was a dog with a cat in its mouth shaking its head real hard.
I got all kinds of kitchen utensils laying on the floor, broken to pieces, showing where I beat this dog to get it off our cat, and it wouldn't until it was dead, and then it attacked my mother.
Animal control officers say the dog will be quarantined for 10 days and it likely will be euthanized. Investigators say the dog's owners will be cited.
Well, our time right now on this Monday morning, it is 6:38.
And ahead on Sunrise, Brian Davis has another spectacular forecast for us. And then wondering if you won that $350,000 St. Jude Dream Home? Well, we'll announce the winner's name one more time. Coming up in just a bit.
We've got a simple tip that'll help you keep your cool when slicing meat, and a hot recipe from the Far East to go with it.
Well, it's Monday morning, baby. We're not gonna sleep all day.
Hey, the Moms Band, the Mix 1077 Moms Band is getting made over here at O'Neill's today. We have some singing for them coming up. An original song, Bookersby Live at Sunrise from O'Neill's is coming up. Take it home, ladies.
Woo! We are the Mix 107.
Now we've made shopping at Speedway a whole lot more rewarding. Introducing the Speedy Rewards card from Speedway. You'll earn points automatically, good for free gasoline and other exciting rewards. Plus, use your Speedy Rewards card with every coffee and fountain drink purchase, and your 7th cup is always free. Enroll today and you'll get 500 bonus points. Get your Speedy Rewards card today.
We're on your way, the convenience stores of Speedway.
Now save 5 cents a gallon when you buy qualifying Pepsi products.
Health Foods Unlimited has everything you need in one great location for a healthy mind and body. Save 30% on Twin Lab Ultra Harvest supplements. Pamper yourself with luxury spa kits for $9.99. Save 30% on Solar Ray vitamins, herbs, and supplements. Health Foods Unlimited. Everything you need for a healthy mind and body.
Health Foods Unlimited, a natural way of caring for you.
The all-new Dodge Dakota is the mid-size pickup designed to give you more. Whether you choose a fuel-efficient V6 or the only available V8 in its class, you're going to get more room, more power, and more style. You're also going to get a 5-star frontal crash test rating and our 770 powertrain limited warranty. The all-new Dodge Dakota. It's a lot more truck. Now get big cash allowances plus an April bonus cash allowance for up to $3,000 on Dodge Dakota.
And right now you're checking out Live Doppler 2X, the most powerful live local radar in the Dayton area. And right here in the Dayton area, no rain at this time. We are getting some light rain showers as we look up to the northeast. We've seen some of that activity moving across Auglaize, Shelby, into Logan County, also down into the northern part of Champaign counties. We've got a couple of light showers here, as you can see, passing across Logan County, moving southeastward towards Champaign County at this time, and some lighter sprinkles also just east of the Lake Loramie area there, moving across north central sections of Shelby County, heading over towards Anna and down towards the Sidney area. Could probably just north of Sidney here. These are just some very, very light sprinkles, certainly nothing of any major consequence out there this morning, and they should be out of here by the noon hours. So once again, mostly dry weather expected across the region today and into tomorrow too. DPNL Instant Neighborhood Weather Time. Let's look at some of the temperatures around the region. 57 over in Eaton, 54% relative humidity. Winds just kind of light out of the southwest, a couple miles per hour. 56 in Greenville with clear to partly cloudy skies, few scattered clouds around Troy. 55 degrees, winds right now calm. Again, these are live weather conditions. That's why you see those numbers jump around a little bit. And 57 in Xenia. The flags fluttering in the breeze there as we look at the courthouse shot there at dawn. Beautiful morning shaping up once again across the region. There's our downtown shot. You can see the clouds out on the eastern horizon there with clear to partly cloudy conditions overhead. A little more cloud cover off to the